Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents St. Mark's is Dead, The Many Lives of America's Hippest Street, by Ada Calhoun, narrated by Carla Mercer-Meyer. Visit New York for the first time. Walk in any direction until you're thirsty. Drop anchor at any bar and grill. Talk to the bartender. Tell him you're a stranger. Never saw the city before. What will he say? You should have seen it in the old days. Percy Seitlin, That New York, 1960. Introduction. I grew up in Manhattan's East Village. My parents have lived in their three-bedroom, top-floor walk-up on St. Mark's Place since 1973. I was born in 1976, an only child. As a little girl in the 80s, I navigated sidewalks cluttered with crack vials, used condoms, and junkies on the nod, and witnessed the Tompkins Square Park riots from my window. As a teenager in the 90s, I bought egg creams at the old-time newspaper shop Gem Spa and hair dye from the punk shop Manic Panic, rented movies at Kim's Video, and worked the register at St. Mark's Comics. You grew up on St. Mark's Place? People sometimes ask, as if they didn't know children could, or, you grew up on St. Mark's Place? Implying that I seem too normal to hail from a place with so many mohawks and tattoo parlors. Then, invariably, these strangers will pity me for having missed the street's golden era, which they identify variously as the 1950s, 1960s, or 1970s. They're right. I missed a lot. I did not love in or be in or do anything in. I never sat on a trash can outside the five-spot jazz club listening to Thelonious Monk. I did not see Andy Warhol introduce the Velvet Underground at the Mod Dome. I did not hang out with the Ramones or the New York Dolls. Nor did I see W.H. Auden promenade to church wearing his slippers, much less Peter Stuyvesant stumping down the same lane on his silver and wooden peg leg. I am, however, as familiar as a deacon's daughter with the religion of St. Mark's Place. The street has provided generation after generation with a mystical flash of belonging. Having interviewed more than 200 current and former residents, I marvel at how many of them describe experiences of mortal peril, dissipation, and misadventure, and then conclude by saying that their era on St. Mark's in 1964 or 1977 or 2012 was the best time of their lives. St. Mark's Place evangelists insist that the street is not just special for them, but that it has affected everyone, whether they know it or not, by pioneering everything from preschool at number 93 St. Mark's Place to pre-washed jeans, number 24. More than 40 songs by musicians as diverse as Lou Reed, The Replacements, and Tom Waits name-check the street. Nearly all of these songs are about getting drunk or high. Many also describe loss, posturing, and sunsets. The Dictators, Avenue A, manages to work in all of the above. While the revolutionary Leon Trotsky, the painter Joan Mitchell, and the lunatic Gigi Allen lived elsewhere before or after their time on St. Mark's Place, by residing at number 77, number 60, and number 2, respectively, they all joined, whether they meant to or not, a cult stretching backward and forward in time. St. Mark's Place devotees often call the street hallowed ground. But the history of St. Mark's Place is more complex than even many of its cheerleaders realize. The street has undergone constant and surprising evolution. In the 1600s, this land was Dutch Director General Peter Stuyvesant's farm. In the 1830s, prominent statesmen lived here. In 1904, it was devastated by New York's deadliest tragedy before the terrorist attacks of 2001. In the early 20th century, gangsters and bootleggers thrived. In the 1940s, it was a working class.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?